Okay, so I did my project on a medical receptionist versus a medical record specialist. So first I'm going to talk about a medical receptionist. So their day in the life is kind of pretty busy actually. They have to schedule a lot of appointments, fill out a bunch of forms for patients, and respond to doctor's orders as well. So generally in the morning, they welcome in a bunch of patients, answer telephone calls, all that kind of stuff. They help also schedule appointments for patients, kind of fill out the forms that they need to fill out. They also help process payments for them, see like if insurance will cover their payments, or even just see if they have any bills that are due. They do a lot of scanning and faxing of files. And then towards the end of the day, they just kind of make sure that the waiting room is pretty cleaned up and that their desks all are organized with all their information. So generally, their work environment consists, you can either work in a hospital or any kind of medical like practice as well, like a private practice, like your general practitioner or like your pediatrician. Um, and generally they kind of just are in a place that's easily accessible for people to access. So like if you're at your regular doctor, normally when you walk in the door there's your medical receptionist, or if say you work in a hospital, there's probably obviously like receptionists on every floor of the hospital in some type of way. So normally if you walk straight out the elevator, they'll kind of be like right there, like off to the side. So that's pretty nice. And normally it's more of a desk job. You kind of sit at the desk and use your computer. As for education, you actually don't really need like a degree. You technically only need your like high school diploma, but nowadays they're kind of striving for you to get kind of your degree, and more people are getting their degree. So under like as a degree, it'd be categorized as under like healthcare administrative. So you would need like your bachelor's degree for that, and then you'd probably need some type of experience, so you probably could get an internship, and then a certification they also suggest that you could get, or that's highly like suggested that you get, is being a certified medical administrative assistant. As for their salary, it's an hourly based salary, so they make around $15 an hour, and this is in Kentucky, so you would make about $35,000 a year. Obviously, it might go up if you are more experienced, or if you work somewhere else, your salary might be more. And as for the regional outlook, there's not really like a growth or like an increase or decrease. It kind of just is staying the same, but there will be about 142 jobs open a lot of the time each year, because people just like changing jobs, or just they don't want to be a receptionist anymore, or just people retiring. So next, for the other occupation as a medical record specialist, they kind of have a busy day as well. They do create a lot of radiation treatment plans and oversee and kind of supervise them as they're implemented to the different oncology teams. They usually will track medical records and have to file them away. They have to classify a lot of healthcare concepts and just kind of make sure that the medical equipment that they use in the industry is up to date and that the coding is right. By the end of the day, they just kind of wrap up and document a few more papers and file some stuff, and then that's their day basically. So their work environment is pretty similar to the receptionist. You kind of just work at a desk with a computer, and you just either work in a hospital, private practice, or even a nursing care complex. That's probably the one different place. Most of the time, like I said, you're just sitting at your desk, kind of working behind the scenes, not really necessarily in front with the receptionist, but maybe like a little bit in the back, and you kind of just deal with more of the doctors and who you're specifically kind of paired with to work with, rather than like patients. So the education, you do need a degree. You need a 4-year degree or an associate's degree. But normally this 4-year degree, it would be under like healthcare information management. They also recommend you get some certifications that be a registered health information technician. Also, they work with a lot of coding, so they also recommend you get certified as being a professional coder, because that is something that they do work with every day. Their salary, it's also an hourly based salary. So they make about 17 an hour, which ranges from about a $28,000 a year. They can make to $36,000 to a year. And as for the regional outlook, it's actually projected to grow 7% in the next 10 years, give or take. And there's about 14,900 medical record specialist jobs open. And that's the same with people are either retiring or just switching jobs. So overall, my comparison, I kind of thought they were very similar in a way, but equally as different. I feel that a medical record specialist is a little more challenging because you have to have that aspect of coding and kind of have to know how to work certain equipment, which I thought was like more like really interesting because I didn't really know that much about a medical record specialist, so I thought that was really cool. They're both have their easy aspects but also challenging as well, but they're also very like desk heavy, like you're mainly working in like at your desk on your computer, which if you're not really looking for like like random regular just desk job, it's probably wouldn't be for you, but it's definitely somewhere to start if you're wanting to like try out different jobs in the medical field. So I really enjoyed learning about both of them. They were really cool, and I learned how similar they were, but each had their own different aspects in a way. So I hope you enjoyed. Thank you.